What's going on, YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and the channel to grow. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos on here weekly and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right to you guys. The most anticipated team for me personally, beside my Green Bay Packers this year, the team I really wanted to watch the most this year was the Cleveland Browns. And I watched pretty much the whole game, up until when the game got out of hand versus the Titans. If you didn't know, if you were hiding underneath a rock, if you didn't watch any NFL football today, well, the Cleveland Browns got absolutely mollywopped and destroyed by the Tennessee Titans today. I believe the score was 43-13. Yes, that is the score. The Cleveland Browns just looked absolutely bad today. I mean, they didn't look very good, and for me, I picked the Cleveland Browns to go 10-6. I picked them to win their division this year over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I said the Steelers and Browns will both make the playoffs this year. I'm not going to move off that prediction just because it is 1 week, guys. It's 1 week, okay? We're not going to overreact just off of 1 week. But based on this week, if we're going to base, the whole season off this week, it's not looking good for the Browns. It's really not. Okay? To get beat 43-13 by Marcus Mariota, that's just bad, okay? And I know the Titans are a solid team. I really do. I know they're a solid team. They've won 9 games last year. They have a good defense. They have a very good young defense, okay? They have improved their wide receiver core. The offensive line is not too particularly terrible. The Titans are a solid team. But again, the Browns, to me, on paper, are just a better team than them. And there's no excuse for coming out based on the way the Browns finished last year and based on the team they have this year, for them to lose by the amount of points they lost to fall flat down and just kind of just give up at the end the way they did today is inexcusable. It was bad, okay? And listen, the Cleveland Browns were penalized 18 times this game, okay? Listen, I don't care if you're the 2007 New England Patriots. I don't care if you're the 0-16 Detroit Lions. I don't care if you're the Steelers, the Packers, the Saints, the Rams, the Bears. I don't care whatever team you want to name. If you get penalized 18 times in a game, you're not going to win. I mean, someone showed me a team that got penalized 18 times and won. You can't win that way. The Cleveland Browns continue to shoot themselves in the foot. And to me, the Cleveland Browns did not look very disciplined. They looked like they were being coached by a rookie head coach in Freddie Kitchens. And again, I said that I was sort of a believer in Freddie Kitchens just due to the fact that he had a great relationship with Baker Mayfield. But at the same time, Freddie Kitchens, I had some questions with him, okay? So again, the Browns need to get that fixed. I don't know what's going on. I mean, listen, in the first half, look, there was some good signs for the Browns, In the first half, the game was kind of close. It was kind of close. And Baker Mayfield, to me, Baker Mayfield did not have a very good day. He didn't have a very good day. He didn't, okay? 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, not very good. But in the first half, particularly, in the first half, the first 2.5 quarters, Baker Mayfield looked pretty good, okay? He was completing some nice passes. The offensive line did not help him all day. They were consistently, the Titans were consistently getting pressure on Mayfield. They were consistently, disrupting things. And Mayfield, he did okay. He didn't try to force the ball down the field too much. He stood still in the pocket. He delivered some okay throws. But as the game went on, the Browns became even more and more frustrated. Mayfield looked like he was trying to do a little bit too much, force some balls down the field. And again, when you have a bad offensive line, that's what's going to happen. Your quarterback is going to try to overcompensate. You're not going to be able to run your full offense. And that's what the Browns looked like to me. It looked like, because let's be real, the Browns with Odell Beckham Jr., they want to throw the ball deep down the field to OBJ. They want to throw the ball deep to Jarvis Landry. They want to get some big plays down the field. But when you have a bad offensive line, you can't execute that, okay? And the Browns, the one weakness by their team, the one thing I said in the offseason when I predicted the Browns would go 10-6, I said the one undoing for them potentially could be their offensive line. And the offensive line, it's not very good. It's just not. It's the worst unit of their football team by far. The Titans were able to dominate the line of scrimmage. They bullied the Browns up front. They were able to get physical with them. And Cleveland's defense for a while hung in there. But again, when your offense and when you have so many penalties and things like that, when you look so bad, over time, you're just going to fall apart as a football team. That's honestly what the Browns did. That's what they looked like today. Shout out to the Titans. I really, I'm not going to sit here and say Marcus Mariota is taking the next step quite yet. But again, Marcus Mariota had a pretty good day. I made a video where Titans fans were coming at me saying Marcus Mariota isn't trash. I'm still not a full believer in Mariota, but Mariota had a decent day, okay? But again, I'm going to tell you something right now, Cleveland Browns fans. You need to get this fixed. You need to, because it's not going to get any easier, okay? It's just not. This schedule is brutal. It was very key for the Browns to start off and have a good start to the season. And that's one thing about the Browns. How will they respond? Because let's be real, they have a lot of personalities in that locker room. And again, look, the one thing I question is can the Browns stay together? Can Baker Mayfield pull his team together when they're struggling? Because honestly, when the Browns are riding high, if they get on a good winning streak, I think they're going to be one of the most dangerous teams in all football. I mean, you can clearly see the talent of this team. OBJ, Myles Garrett, Baker Mayfield, all those great players, okay? So when the Browns are riding high, I think they're going to be very good. But are the Browns going to fall down and just fall flat on their face when they're struggling? Can they, uplift themselves, okay? That's the main question I'm going to need to look for and see for the Browns. And again, it's not going to get any easier, okay? It's really not. I mean, the Browns, you couldn't beat Marcus Mariota at home. You lost by, I believe, 30 points. You lost by 30 points to Marcus Mariota at home, okay? You got to play at the Jets. You got to play the Rams. You got to play the Ravens. You got to play the 49ers on the road, okay? You got to play your whole division twice. The Ravens twice. The Ravens look legitimate today. Lamar Jackson, did you see him today? He looked pretty good. I have a good feeling that Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers are going to be pretty good this year. And the Cincinnati Bengals, while they're not a very good team, they're no pushover. It's a divisional game, okay? So you got to play your division, okay? You got to play the Patriots. You got to play at the Broncos. You got to play the Bills. I mean, you got to play at the Cardinals. I mean, I know the Cardinals were a very good team last year, but again, they're still going to be improved. So again, this Cleveland Browns schedule is looking not very good. It's a must-win next week versus the Jets. If the Browns fall to 0-2, I don't know what they're going to do because the Los Angeles Rams, they just went into the Carolina Panthers house and beat a very good Carolina Panthers team, okay? So it's not going to get any easier for the Browns. And again, the Jets, I'm going to tell you something right now, Cleveland, you got to win that game because, I don't know, if you start off 0-2, this locker room could implode. I really do firmly believe that because this locker room has a ton of personalities, okay? They have a ton of personalities. And one thing about Baker Mayfield, I want to speak on Baker Mayfield a little bit. Now, for me, I made a video talking about the top 5 young quarterbacks in all football. I have Baker Mayfield at number 4 on that list, okay? And while I did think Baker Mayfield was going to potentially, challenge to be a top 10 quarterback this year, while I did think Baker Mayfield was going to throw over 35 touchdown passes this year, coming off a season where he threw 27 touchdown passes as a rookie, I did think Baker Mayfield was going to improve, but the one thing that did give me a little bit of cause for concern was last year, Baker Mayfield, when he faced very good defenses, he was not very good, okay? Baker Mayfield last year was 1-5 versus teams that finished with a winning record, and the one win he had was versus Joe Flacco, okay? And Joe Flacco was not even the starting quarterback for the Ravens at the end of the year. So again, the first half, Mayfield looked encouraging, but again, as the game went on, when defenses started to key in on Baker Mayfield, he seemed kind of lost. He didn't seem like he could elevate and be the type of great quarterback that he could be. So can Baker Mayfield continue to improve? Can he continue to get better versus the better competition versus the very good defenses? Because let's be real, it's easy to go up against Cincinnati and throw 3 or 4 touchdowns because that's really what Baker Mayfield did last year. He won a lot of games last year, but he beat some teams that weren't very good last year. The Panthers, they didn't make the playoffs last year. He beat the Bengals twice, okay? He beat the Jets. That's all good. But when it comes time to, face the very good teams where defenses know your tendencies and defenses know how you're going to play and defenses can key up on you when they have equal talent to you, can Baker Mayfield, respond? Can he get better? That's one thing I'm really going to look for the Browns. So again, the season's not quite over. I'm just shocked on how badly the Browns played. I mean, it was embarrassing. It was bad. And again, this offensive line, it needs fixed. Okay, this team needs to step up. And one thing about the bad offensive line, I want to point to that because when you have a bad offensive line, it's very hard for you to run your offense because let's be real, the Cleveland Browns, it's all nice, throwing screen passes, throwing slant passes, it's all good. But what you want to do for the Browns, you want to throw deep to Odell Beckham Jr. You want to take deep shots down the field. That's what Baker Mayfield thrived on last year, improvising and getting big plays and shots down the field. And when you have a bad offensive line, it does not allow you to do that. The reason why is because your offensive line is what blocks for you. You need to have time for the plays to develop if you're going to pass the ball down the field. So the Browns, they're not going to be able to exploit and get the best out of Odell Beckham Jr. if their offensive line is not very good, or out of Jarvis Landry, or out of David Njoku. So again, for the Browns, I look for them to start off fast next week versus the Jets because I think when the Browns start off fast and when they get out to a good lead early, and they can, unleash on the quarterback because the defense showed a lot of flashes today, okay? The defense showed some flashes. The defense showed that they can be a good defense at times. It just fell apart at the end when the whole team fell apart. So again, if I'm Cleveland, I'm looking to score early and often from now on. You got to get off to some fast starts. You got to be able to, protect your defense, okay, and things like that. So again, It's not the end of the world for the Cleveland Browns, but again, they just look very bad. I have some concerns. The Ravens look very good today. I expect the Steelers to be looking pretty good today, even though I do think they will lose. The Steelers are a real team. The Ravens are a real team. And the Browns, it looks like they're kind of behind the 8-ball. They got to get these things fixed. Again, I had some questions about the Browns, but I still believe in them a little bit. I think this team is too talented to not finish below 500. I do think they'll at least get to 9 wins this year. I'm still not pulling off of the Browns, so we'll have to see what happens. But again, that's all I have to say about the Browns. It was a bad performance today. Shout out to the Titans. I'm going to give you guys some credit. I do think the Texans are probably going to still win the division because now that Nick Foles is gone and out for pretty much most of the season, I think Deshaun Watson is going to take that division, okay? So that's my thoughts on the Titans and Browns. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and where you disagree with me. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.